Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the Icon Moments Paul Scholes card to review today. So you guys probably didn't expect this one because this card is set up a certain way for sure. But we were reviewing other cards, and they're cards that people will be interested in at some point in the future. So I was like, you know what? I'll review Scholes for some people who, you know, want to create their sentimental value FC squads, right? So guys, with Scholes, with Scholes, we're taking a look at someone who has 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot. He's a shorter player at 5'7". He's got a high medium work rate with a short and lean minus body type. So guys, with the way that this card is formatted, right, for sentimental value FC, you have to use him as one of 3 midfielders that you don't expect to defend that much for you. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, man. For me personally, if I was going to use him for sentimental value FC, engine chemistry style, right? You got to give him the engine because you got to make his dribbling as good as possible to work with that 5'7" height at a short and lean minus body type. You got to give him playable pace stats, right? While working with really, really good passing capabilities, right? So from the looks of it, when it comes to the Paul Scholes card, the only redeemable qualities that this card is going to have in the midfield position is long shot capabilities. The reason why I say the long shot capabilities is because if you take a look at the traits that the card has, he has the outside foot shot trait with the long shot taker. So maybe the long shot taker gives him the ability to take long shots a certain way that just come off really great, right? We're going to see in game. But what I also just noticed right now is the fact that he also has the dives into tackles traits too. So even though he doesn't have defensive capabilities, the fact that he has that trait is a very cool thing to have. Shadow chemistry style is not really going to do much to the defending unless you want to boost the interception. So that's why I'm telling you that I feel like boosting the dribbling as much as possible is more ideal, because if you do get into a situation where you want to take a long shot with him, I feel like being able to dribble quickly to do it is going to be a more ideal situation, right? So with the long shot taker and the outside foot shot trait, there's a lot of potential there, right? Passing on the card is going to be very good with the engine chemistry style as well. Defensive capabilities are just not there. So like I said, you want to mainly use them in a 3 midfield setup. We do it in a 2 midfield setup just for the sake of the review and the fact that I'm using other cards, but you guys get what I'm saying. Physicality's got some aggression at a 90, which is pretty helpful, to be honest with you. 95 for stamina, and then an 86 for jumping, right? So guys, with Paul Scholes, we'll be using him in a 3-5-2 setup as one of 2 midfielders because we're checking out the Michael Ballack card as well. So might as well review Paul Scholes while I'm at it. But yeah, guys, we'll try him out. Hopefully he's decent, and we'll take it from there. Oh, come on, Scholes. You're going to do better than that, my G. Like, no defensive animation whatsoever, eh, from Paul Scholes. Oh, Paul Scholes with the absolutely magnificent. I don't even know I did that right there. I did just absolutely magnificent. That's what we got to do, man. Look, Sun is the tree, guys. He's the tree from real life. You know that story? He's the tree, bro. It's a huge shame that the through balls are literally broken around the 18-yard box, because you could tell that it's completely overdone, because honestly a Paul Scholes card should be able to make that pass, but that's not him. That's just the mechanics of the game being horrible for through balls around that area. Listen, the initial pass by Scholes was actually nice there. Oh, defensive play by Paul Scholes. Oh, Paul Scholes, absolutely brilliant. Well done, Ballack. Oh, and he still scores a Garincha. Oh, Paul Scholes, you absolutely brilliant monster of a player. Wasn't a bad volley, eh? I couldn't get it on the green, but the volley itself was good if I didn't get blocked. Let's go, Scholes. Oh, come on, Scholes. Oh, we actually got that. Let's go. Oh, that was like a driven shot there. You see that? You know what's funny is that him falling literally helped him, you know? That's what's funny. Not going to push the goalkeeper there, eh? Or maybe the goalkeeper is like a goalie that does not push for crosses, I guess. Oh, crossbar Paul Scholes. This guy's a rat, by the way. He did the elastic in the beginning, so I'm just going to pop in some long shots with Paul Scholes if we can. More power on that one. Green time finesse, nothing. White time shot, more power behind it. Trying to put more power behind it. Oh, crossbar again. Oh, I was about to say, man, like I can't score one. Like, give me an opportunity here, my G. Ooh, white time shot on that one. Doesn't even have to green that. Oh, crossbar again. This guy thinks he's gonna waste my time, you know? But like, hey, I'm collecting footage for the long shots, bro, just to show people. Because that's literally like the only... It's that and passing that are the only redeeming qualities of using a Scholes in your team, to be honest with you. On the left foot. Ooh, regular long shot. Don't even finesse it, just hit long shots like regular power strikes. Look at that. On a green, sheesh. Regular green time. It's a raising one, see? So nothing's going to happen with that one. Okay, guys. So final verdict on the Paul Scholes Icon Women's card. So, guys, listen. Obviously, like I said earlier, this is a sentimental value FC card because EA do not do Paul Scholes justice with how he performs in real life. Like, EA needs to understand that it's weird for them to try to make a card authentic to real life when you require certain things FIFA-wise to make them usable in the game, right? Don't get me wrong. With this card, guys, if you were to give him an engine chemistry style, yes, you can use him as one of 3 midfielders. But to be honest with you guys, the only redeeming qualities that this card has is in his passing abilities as well as his long shot abilities, right? But the pace for the meta of the game is too low, way too low. Even if you give him a shadow chemistry style, right? The shadow chemistry style is pointless because, yes, you give him defensive stats. Yes, he does have the dives into tackles trait, which is great. But we're talking about the best version of a Paul Scholes card. So it's just super strange for them to not give him the right stats to be as usable as possible in this game, you know? Whether that's to give him higher pace, higher defensive stats, physicality doesn't really need to be improved as much, right? But it's mainly the pace and the defending for the meta of the game. That's what it is, right? I wish they were to, you know, improve his dribbling for base card stats too. I don't want to have to give him an engine when his defense is already really low, right? Like, we were using him in the game, guys. Like, there was moments where he would defend for me. Obviously, in a 2 midfield setup, don't even try to use... Like, you can, but I wouldn't bother doing it, right? Because it's just not going to be, like, super ideal. It's kind of like... You know Thiago Alcantara, right? So Thiago Alcantara's card, he should be one of the best midfielders in the world in FIFA, but he's just not because they don't give these guys the right stats to be as good as possible. With Thiago Alcantara, let me see what the card is currently like, because obviously Liverpool is still in the Champions League. They could still keep climbing up. Look at this. Like, look at the pace split. Acceleration at a 98 with a 76 for sprint speed. Like, I get it. You're doing it to real life, but if people are so adamant on playing like the real life stuff, then go play regular seasons. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you look, if you really want to use Thiago Alcantara to his real life characteristics, you do this. Okay? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to do stuff that makes sense for your game. Don't get me wrong, listen. You give this card a shadow chemistry style, he still has decent pace, the defensive stats are there, but this is a card you have to use in a 3 midfield setup as well, right? Which isn't as bad. Like, this card is not as bad as the Paul Scholes card. The Paul Scholes card, they have to do a way better job at, okay? Way better job. This card is at least, like, he's actually been pretty solid in a 3 midfield setup. Like, he's going to be good for what it is, right? But this, man, I don't know, like, this is Paul Scholes we're talking about. We're talking about the guy that pinpoints that tree like nothing, you know? Arguably one of the best midfielders in the Premier League era. Like, all the legends talk about how he's probably the best. One of the best, always. This is just shameful for how he performs in game, or how he performed in real life for a FIFA game. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, let me give you an example, right? Because people always look at this type of stuff and they're like, oh, but this, oh, but that. This guy, nobody knows at all. Nobody knows this guy, but they give him these stats as a foot player. As an ultimate team player, they give him these stats. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, they can do it to these cards. They just choose not to. Like, that's literally what happens. So, I don't know. Doing the authentic thing with this card, I've never seen this card used in a person's team one time. And it makes sense. Why would anybody use this card? You know? So, sentimental value FC, if you're going to be using him, pop in some long shots, you know, go with the passing and stuff, and then take it from there. Guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.